Alchemy, adventure, and tales of friendship. These elements are the core of the Atelier series. Developer Gust has brought us many fun-filled Atelier games, and the newest chapter in the series is Atelier Sophie. What do I think of the 17th entry into this RPG franchise? Here are my reflections on Atelier Sophie, the Alchemist of the Mysterious Book. The Atelier games are usually set up as trilogies, with the Dusk Trilogy and Arland Trilogy being the previous stories. Atelier Sophie is a brand new tale set in a brand new world, but still contains the look and feel of the Atelier series. In this game, you play as Sophie, a young alchemist who has inherited an atelier in the town of Kirchenbell. One day, while thinking of an alchemy recipe, Sophie jots down a note in an old book. Much to her surprise, the book comes alive and starts talking to her. This book is Plata, a human alchemist from centuries ago who transferred her soul into the book, and one who wishes to share her knowledge with Sophie.
What? Did the book just talk?
Yes, I talked.
What? The book is talking?
Please just calm down. People are able to talk. It's not strange for a book to talk too.
Huh? I don't think that's how it works.
Unfortunately, after being unused for such a long period of time, Plata's memory is quite fragmented, and she needs Sophie's help in restoring her memories.
But I want to know.
During this journey to help her new friend, Sophie learns of the Cauldron of Knowledge, a powerful artifact that grants one complete control over alchemy. Along with her friends, Sophie goes on a grand adventure to restore Plata to her former self, improve her alchemy, and find the long-lost Cauldron of Knowledge. I was delighted with the story of Atelier Sophie. It's a fun, cute tale that will take you hours to fully experience, and it is one that is full of great moments and has one heck of a climax. I've enjoyed the stories across all the Atelier games I've played, and Sophie's tale ranks among my favorites.
Sounds more like a dream.
I never thought that book would turn out to be something this amazing.
I was shocked at first too. I mean, a book was flying and talking after all.
I don't think it's that shocking.
No, it is.
Do you wish to be...
Another reason why I enjoy the story of Atelier Sophie is its characters. Sophie is a cheerful, brave, and fun protagonist, and her relationship with Plata is a unique one indeed. I mean, how many characters become best friends with a talking book? Sophie's friends are definitely a colorful cast. The graceful Monica and rotund Oscar are Sophie's childhood friends and your initial party members. Later on, you'll team up with the holy knight Sir Giulio, the timid Cornelia, the stylish Leon, the clockmaker Harrel, and the slightly creepy dollmaker Fritz. Each of these characters have multiple side stories to follow, and some of them are humorous like Oscar's, or heartwarming like Cornelia's, where you help her learn more about her homeland. Across the town, you'll meet up with characters like the cafe owner Meister Horst, and Logie and Pamela. Despite being initially confused by seeing Pamela and Logie in this game, I'm pretty sure now that they are just different versions of the characters, as they make no mention of their previous adventures from the past games. All in all, I love the characters of Atelier Sophie, and they made the story of the game even more fun to experience.
Okay, I understand.
Still, a doll for Plata. Time to put my skills to work. This is going to be great!
Just don't get too carried away. Fritz is acting kind of weird, but when it comes to dolls, it should be fine leaving it up to Fritz, I think.
The gameplay of the Atelier games is generally split into two parts. The first and signature gameplay of the series is using alchemy in the game's Atelier to create all sorts of items. Medicine, food, clothes, bombs, you name it, and Sophie can make it, provided you have the right ingredients. Each item synthesis requires different materials, and the better the materials, the better the finished product will be. Trying to make the best items through alchemy is as fun as ever, as you try to match the element colors together to draw out more hidden effects in each synthesis. Attaching traits to the items allows for even more possibilities, and once you start crafting high-quality items with big attribute bonuses on them, you'll feel like a true alchemy pro. Anyone who has played previous Atelier games will be able to jump right in and make all sorts of stuff through alchemy, and the new tweaks to the system like time cauldrons are a fun challenge.
Yeah, this is all done.
One major difference in the alchemy for this game is how the recipes work. In previous games, you'd mostly obtain new alchemy recipes from books, and while you occasionally do that in Atelier Sophie, a majority of the recipes are discovered through the recipe idea system. By exploring the world, investigating certain ruins, experiencing events, and so on, you get new ideas for recipes. It took a little getting used to, but I like this recipe system overall. My only nitpick here is that some of the hints for recipe ideas are really vague or difficult to obtain, but this is only a minor complaint in what is otherwise a fun new system. Many items you create require ingredients you can't find in town, and so you must venture out into the land surrounding Kirchen Bell. Exploring adventure fields allows you to gather materials spread across the landscape, but you will also have to deal with monsters who roam about. The battle system of Atelier Sophie still contains the traditional turn-based system of more classic RPGs. You select enemies to attack, and each party member will act in a certain order depending on their stats. The combat is simple on the surface, but there are a multitude of ways to turn the fight in your favor. Building up the support meter allows for greater combo potential as the battle continues, and eventually you'll be able to perform powerful super moves once this meter is maxed out. In addition, both allies and enemies have a break meter. Once this meter is filled, that character can't act for one full turn, and the damage on that target is doubled. By using both of these systems, you can turn the tide of battle to your advantage, and together with character special moves and items from Sophie, a lot of the game's fights can be fun and dynamic. Making powerful attack and defensive items to use in combat is just as important as ever, and is practically required if you want to survive the monster encounters in the later half of the game. One notable difference in Atelier Sophie is that characters no longer reach level 50. The level cap in this game is 20, but after reaching level 20 you obtain a skill for each experience meter filled afterwards. These skill points allow you to improve character stats, unlock more powerful special moves, and unique character traits. You'll soon find a party of characters that works best for you across the game's fights. I personally journeyed alongside Sir Julio, Monica, Leon, and later on Plata, when she becomes available as a party member. Speaking of Plata, one of the cool aspects of this game revolves around this Alchemist turned book. In the second half of the game, you can freely customize her character through different alchemy materials. This changes her appearance and gives her different attributes in battle. I only saw several of her various forms throughout my time with the game, but this character customization with Plata is a fun diversion, and it's an element of the game that would be fun to see expanded upon in future titles.
Now I know a lot about Plata. All I have to do now is make the clothes. You should both look forward to when it's finished. See you later.
She's like a tempest.
But I'm sure she'll be able to make some really amazing clothes. I'm excited to see it.
Yes, me too.
Atelier Sophie also has a day-night cycle, and this greatly affects what monsters are out and about as well as some of the materials you can obtain. This mechanic is a welcome change to the series, and some of the landscapes are beautiful to explore at night. Also, the time management system from the previous games has returned. While not as demanding as before, I am glad that they are back in this game, as I kind of missed it in last year's Atelier Sophie, where it was almost entirely absent. When you're not out exploring or working on alchemy at the workshop, you'll be running around the town of Kirchen Bell. Here you can take requests at the cafe to obtain more money, buy items at various merchants, and of course, inspect barrels.
Barrel, barrel! Barrel, barrel!
The towns of the Atelier games have been consistently great hubs across the series, and I must say Kirchen Bell is one of my favorites. I love the layout and design of the town, and the music that plays while running about always made me smile. In fact, I found the soundtrack of Atelier Sophie to be pretty excellent overall. The workshop theme is great, the boss battle tunes are awesome as always, and some of the ambient tracks are quite splendid. The music of the Atelier games never ceases to be fun and charming, and there were some tunes in Atelier Sophie that I absolutely adored. The visuals are very pleasant as well. Bright, vibrant colors abound, and while the characters don't have tons of different animations, the ones they do have are quite good and befitting of each character. In conclusion, Atelier Sophie, the Alchemist of the Mysterious Book, is a very enjoyable entry into the series. It adds enough new elements to make the game feel fresh and exciting, while still staying true to what makes the series so fun in the first place. Sophie is a lovable new protagonist for the series, and I hope we'll see her return for the next chapter in the alchemy adventures of Atelier. Atelier Sophie was a joy to play, and an RPG title I highly recommend to both fans and newcomers alike. It's a simply delightful game. Thank you for watching this episode of Game Reflections. What are your thoughts on Atelier Sophie? Feel free to share in the comments below. Until next time, keep having great adventures, everyone.
Thank you, Corey. Oh, but I don't know about the money. You're going to work, so it wouldn't be free.
Money? Oh, for the duplication. That's fine. I can work for free once in a while.
No way, I couldn't let you do that.
Okay, I understand. In that case... I'm so thirsty. I really want some milk.
Huh? What's wrong all of a sudden, Corey?
I told you what's wrong. I'm very thirsty, and I really want to drink some milk. If only there was a kind person who would bring me milk in my moment of need. I'd waive any charges for work.
Oh, I get it. Okay, I'll go get you some milk.
Thank you very much.